This episode contains information of a graphic matter that may not be suitable for some viewers and no persons under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is advised. All information in this program is known to be accurate at the time of recording. Any commentary by the host is for discussion purposes only. Anyone labeled a person of interest by the host or family has not been charged with a crime. All suspects charged with crimes related or unrelated to a case covered are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Opinions and views expressed by the host do not represent views of the families or sponsors of this program. Indictments handed down on the Will Polk and April Jones murder case. Let's talk about it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this special video, the Grim Truth Podcast, Murder to Miss Justice for Will and April. I'm Steve Stone. 13 indictments were handed down in relation to the case, the homicide case of Will Polk and April Jones. A lot of people were taken down. I want to say before we get too into this and want to make sure I clarify all this, not all of the indictments are related to the Will Polk and April Jones case. They are, but they aren't. And what I mean by that is during the investigation, some of these individuals were doing stuff they shouldn't have been doing and were subsequently indicted for those crimes, not necessarily involved in the Will Polk April Jones. However, everybody involved in the investigation in the case were all indicted. And so let's talk about the indictments, shall we? First up, we've got the Quitman County 3, as unfortunately they are named. I just want to read the report of the grand jury on January 24th that 11 witnesses were examined, 14 charges were advanced to the next step in the circuit court system, and one charge was not advanced forward. Subsequently, since last Thursday, the following have been arraigned by the circuit court in response to various charges as the report of the grand jury. All of the named below have also entered a plea of not guilty. So let's talk about Keith Coleman Jr. So Keith Coleman Jr. Was indicted on multiple charges: conspiracy to commit murder, 2 counts first-degree murder, firearm enhancement, 2 counts, and desecration of a human corpse, 2 counts. He's also been charged with felony escape. If we take a look at Jamie Lynn Tubbs, she has been charged with 2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder, 2 counts of first-degree murder, and 2 counts of desecration of a human corpse. Desmont Green, a.k.a. Cutthroat, you know, that video that came out, the rap video a couple of months ago that said he did nothing wrong and he's just a scapegoat. He has been charged with conspiracy to commit murder, 2 counts first-degree murder. He's also being charged with possession of marijuana with intent, 2 counts, possession of marijuana, THC trafficking, and firearm enhancement. So those are those 3, and we're not done there. Let's talk about somebody we've seen before, Mr. Dale Gann. Dale Gann has been indicted, charge of hindering a prosecution in the first degree. A source close to me says there's one more missing piece to this puzzle, and I take great pleasure in saying that a source has told me close to the investigation that Haley Lee Pierce, who was charged, then charges were dismissed, has also been charged, and we can't wait to get her back behind bars. She has also been charged with hindering prosecution in the first degree. So there are other people, and I just want to talk about Haley Lee Pierce for a moment as we take a look at her mugshot. She was one that thought that she was going to get off scot-free, and the devil always has his due. And again, I affirm and I admit, and we live in a country where you're presumed innocent until proven guilty. But yeah, I don't think she's. My opinion is she's not innocent. She is guilty, and I can't wait for her to get locked up. There's also a few other people that were charged unrelated. Let's just quickly go over them. Antonio Fuller, he's been indicted on aggravated assault. Carol Moniz, she has been indicted on the charge of exploitation of a vulnerable person. Earl Waters has been indicted on aggravated assault charges. Another name that we did not have on here, Breonna Faulkner, aggravated assault charges. Cedric Cartwright, habitual offender, burglary of a dwelling. Chelsea Golden, concealing and harboring an escaped prisoner. That's going to be in relation to holding on to Keith Coleman Jr., a.k.a. K2, as you see here in that picture there. None of these guys, I'm going to tell you right now, are quite happy with life. Sierra Wheeler, also indicted on concealing and harboring an escaped prisoner. And I believe that is it. You know, we talked about how many people there were involved in this case and how many people still hadn't had their day in court. And to this day, April's remains have not been found. And this case isn't over. And as we roll through this, as we continue to follow this, I firmly believe that we're going to hear and see things, and more people are going to go down this rabbit hole. And maybe not for the charges that we want them to, but there are people that were in the mix that are doing bad things. And I guess the give and the take is that these people are going to see a jail cell regardless. No matter what, they might not get charged with the crimes that we think they should get charged with, but it is my belief that there are more people that are going to go down this rabbit hole, and they're going to be right in the clink with Equipment County 3, Dale Gann, and Haley Lee Pierce when they catch her. And I'm just going to hope that they catch her. And I also want to just remind everybody that people talk, and we have a lot of people that are friends of the show and the podcast, and I just want to be able to do my job and make sure I can help catch people who deserve to go to jail. So I'm going to try and do that. So there are rumors that Haley Lee Pierce is around Sardis. She didn't show up for court when she was supposed to, so she's on the run. And she's somewhere in Sardis. So if anybody in Sardis sees this young lady, let's hem her up. Call the Equipment County Sheriff's Office. Call 911. She needs to go to jail. She's got a warrant for her arrest, and she needs to go where she can be held accountable and see a judge on those charges that she's been indicted on. So, with that being said, if you see her, contact 911, and let's hope that she's in jail by the end of business today. Again, she might be in Sardis, is from what I hear. That's going to do it for this video. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I also want to again say that my thoughts and prayers are with the Polk family and the April Jones family, Will Polk, April Jones. They were taken for no flippin' reason. None whatsoever. They were taken for no reason. And the people that did it, they're going to have to take their medicine. They're going to have to face a jury of their peers. And I hope and pray that every I is dotted and every T is crossed, because Will Polk and April Jones deserve justice. April Jones deserves to be found And I don't know what's taking so long, but that needs to happen. The people responsible for sending the pictures to Will's family, they need to be held responsible. Let's not forget, this is a win, but there's more wins that need to come. And as we continue to stand with the families of both of these murder victims, we need to make sure that we stay focused on what's important, and that is justice, and that people be held accountable for their horrific actions and for their disturbing behavior. And I hope that we all can be a part of that as we continue to try to get justice for Will Polk and April Jones. Again, thank you for watching. I'm Steve Stone. This has been the Grim Truth Podcast, Murdered and Missed, Justice for Will and April. God bless.